won the toss and deferred to the second half. Mankato West will receive the kick and defend the berm side of the field.
Season so far for the girls soccer team. That was a pretty good game last night. I was there, and like you said, the Scarlets gave it a great game. It was 2-0, which I think in soccer is like 100-0 in football. But it was actually a very close game, very competitive, fun to watch. And now we got East-West. Well, actually, there were a couple other East-West. Yesterday, East and West competing in cross-country.
Yes, that's
West girls beat East. They took, I think, 4th. East took 5th. And then East boys, for the first time in program history, cross-country won the Big 9 Conference. And individual champion was Isaiah Anderson. So lots of good stuff going on. We got tonight, East and West combined. The Lancers band is here tonight. And I don't know if you've gotten a chance to hear them or see them marching on the field, but they're pretty impressive.
Yeah.
And they sounded good playing the national anthem, and all the pregame music is coming from them, and that's a real great group, directed by, I think, it's Brady Kruzmark and Nick Liebel. Yeah, I believe that's correct. So we're getting ready to kick off here. The Cougars are out on the field. Scarlet's huddling up. Never coached football before, but I imagine the coach is saying something like, guys, they're going to kick off. We would like to block as many Cougars as possible and try to run this back for a touchdown.
Kicking off for East, looks like it's going to be number 17, Carson Schweim.
Yeah, Carson is a big, tall kid, and he's got a big, strong leg. He's made a couple times, because I call the Cougar home games, he's made a couple of field goals of over 40 yards this year, and he plays some receiver too. Yeah. For the Cougars, back to receive. The main return man is number 22, it looks like.
For the Scarlets.
Yep, Elijah Green. Number 1, Damian Rui, and the far guy is number 20.
Which is Jackson Froderman.
Yeah, so here we go, Jug game 22. It's Wednesday Night Lights. The Cougars try a little trickery to start. I like it. It was
for a little onside kick action there.
Yeah, you know what? I mean, the coach was a lot smarter than I gave him credit for. He said, hey, guys, let's be prepared for some sort of trickeration to start the game. Number 32 did an awesome job of recovering that. That's Makai Davis. He just pounced on that ball and just fall down, do what you do.
It did look a little loose when he first got it, but he flopped down right on it and made sure that ball didn't move. So
And so here's going to be the challenge. The Scarlets take over. They got Bart Mechanic as their quarterback. He's pretty good. And the line of scrimmage, though, I've been told by both coaches, is going to be critical tonight. And there goes number 1. He is off the races. And he just took it to the house on the first play of the game.
First play of the game is going to yield a touchdown.
Yeah, Damian Rui. That was a 52-yard touchdown. And like I just said, the line of scrimmage, I did not play football, and I am not very fast, but the hole that was created by the Mankato West Scarlets right there, I could have probably made it through that hole. I definitely wouldn't have made it to the house, but you get a guy like number 1, Damian Rui, who's pretty fast, and that hole was huge, and he just had one guy to beat, and that linebacker got caught flat-footed, and that was easy. Noah French right on to kick the point after, and it is good. And just like that, 9 seconds into the game, the Scarlets go up 7-0. You know, you mentioned a lot of times the underdog can play a spoiler. A lot of times, too, either team can have a lot of nerves early. And I think you're seeing that right there. I don't know if we saw a replay of the touchdown yet, but that's just the Scarlets coming out and saying, we are going to set the tone, and the Cougars got caught flat-footed. They lost the battle line of scrimmage, and then the secondary just, I mean, they almost look like deer in the headlights there, and Rui just doing what he does best, I'm guessing. Just runs it on in. I believe for him, see if I can find a stat here. Yeah, there he is. Oh, Damian Rui. Actually, according to the stats that we have, which may not be 100% up to date, he only has a couple rushes this year. So I'm guessing that is his longest run of the year. Unofficially, I don't see a touchdown attached to his name, so that unofficially that's his first touchdown of the year as well.
So kicking off for the Scarlets, we have number 13, Noah Femright. Noah Femright was also, he's a dual athlete this fall. He actually played on the soccer team for Mankato West as well. So Noah Femright gives it a good boot, goes back to the 10-yard line.
And we got
pretty good return there.
Yeah, not bad, up to the 27-yard line.
13-yard return.
Yeah, number 20 for the Cougars on the return.
That is Eric Richards.
Yes.
So we'll have 1st and 10 on the, looks to be 27-yard line.
Yep, maybe 28, but yeah, pretty close there. And the Cougars are going to take over. Gandon Gosh is the starting quarterback for the Cougars. He took over about 4 weeks ago when Rafe Bowman went down injured. I believe that was in Winona when he got hurt. And, you know, Gosh is just a sophomore, but he's got a good arm. And he's done a nice job since coming in. He's in the shotgun format to start here. Cougars running a quick screen.
Oh, ball comes loose.
Ball is out, and I do believe the Scarlets just jumped on that ball.
I don't know if they were out.
He might have been out of bounds.
Looked like it was really close to the
ball,
out of bounds line.
The ball carrier is number 14, Connor Ratcliffe. They are debating. I wonder if our cameramen have that. Oh, the Cougars retain possession. I think what I'm going to say here, unofficially, I think the ball was out of bounds. I don't think the Scarlet player was actually out of bounds, but I think like the nose of the football was out of bounds. So, kind of a huge break for the Cougars there, because that was about to be. We don't want the floodgates to open. 23 seconds into the game here. Let's hopefully, for the sake of a good ball game here, we get a little bit of flow here. See if the Cougars can capitalize on the lucky bounce, I'll say. Gosh, again in the shotgun. He's back to pass this time. They are throwing it deep. It looks like to Carson Schweim. Carson Schweim got tangled up with who again? Damian Rui.
Yeah.
I mean, that guy's already, we've called his name plenty of times. And I would guess that anybody watching at home or fans here might be looking for a flag on a play like that. Looked to me like they got their feet tangled up.
Well, they're both looking for the ball as well. So
yeah. And it was
good coverage.
I think it was well over his head too. So no pass interference on that play. So we do have 3rd down and 17 here to go for the Cougars.
Ball's back on the 21.
Yes. And like I said, Gosh, for being a sophomore, he can throw that deep ball. But they got to have a little bit more wide open receiver there. Cougars are going to take a timeout here. They want to get set. As I said, the Scarlets come in with a 7-0 record. They've really only been challenged once this year, and that's not just my words. Both of the football coaches, Eric Davis and JJ Helgett, teach at East, so I get to talk to both of them semi-frequently, and JJ basically said the only team on their schedule that he was concerned with this year, and he's a very confident coach, but the only team they were concerned about was Rochester Mayo. Mayo played the Scarlets, I think, 2 weeks ago, homecoming for Mayo. Mayo jumped out. They actually had a 21-14 lead at halftime, I believe, but Mankato West came back and won that game 28-24, took care of business, and when you look at the stat sheet, I think the next closest game they had was something like 13-35, and that was a victory over New Prague. So they are coming in. They're number 1 ranked 5A team in the state. And they're anxious to get to the playoffs. Gosh is back. He's in trouble. Got a lot of pressure there, and he is going to throw that ball.
Incomplete.
Yeah, it was incomplete. Number 22 had a chance at number 22.
That's Elijah Green.
Elijah Green had his hands on the ball. Would have been an amazing interception.
Yeah.
I think that was kind of Gosh's way of throwing it out of bounds, but near a receiver.
Yeah.
I think his coaches are probably going to tell him to elevate that ball about 6 feet up in the air, so it doesn't go off the other team's hands. But here we go. We got a punt coming on here for the Cougars.
And here we go. Again, we have Damian Rewe back to receive that.
He's got some speed,
space.
and he's got some time, and he's got the ball at the 40-yard line, and he is chased down. Number 52. All right, number 52. Good tackle there.
Group effort by just about the entire East squad to bring him
Max
down.
Morgan, the freshman, leading the way on that tackle. Kind of a good story for the Cougars. Number 2, Jess Eakin is the long snapper. Jessica Eakin, a member of the girls' hockey team.
Yeah.
She was actually featured, or she was one of the players mentioned in an article by the Star Tribune a couple weeks ago. There's a number of girls in the state playing high school football, and Jess Eakin makes contributions long snapping. She's also been a receiver, and she has been on the defensive end as well a couple times this season. So here we go. Scarlet's back in action. We got a fumble on the play, and it is recovered.
Yeah,
by
Makinich got that one. Yeah, he dropped it. He dropped back to pass and lost his grip on the ball. It dropped, it bounced right back up into his hands, and then he ran to make the loss a little bit more palatable than had he just dropped on it. So here we go with a second down.
Yeah, I mean, maybe that's nerves a little bit there.
Yeah.
Or maybe it just slipped out of his hands. But both teams having a few miscues here early with some drop balls, drop passes, all that kind of stuff. So
First
here we go.
quarter jitters.
Yeah, there we go. Number 20. Is that number 20? Or, yeah, 20.
Number 20.
20 is the ball
That's
carrier.
Jackson Froderman.
Froderman picks up about 4 yards, brings up a 3rd down and 8. Tyler Gropel in on the stop there for the Cougars. We got a pretty full house here tonight.
Yeah.
The West End is, you know, they got the Lancers pep band over here, and it looks pretty jam-packed. Across the way, Cougars are representing well. Student section's pretty packed and pretty good. Pretty filled on the other side as well. Here we go. 3rd down, they run a screenplay. It is blocked by the Cougars. That looks like a totally busted play because it was tipped by a Cougar, and that ball may have been going to number 14, Colin Johnston. It was in the area, but that really looked like a, I don't know. It looked like they were trying to set up a screen, but there was really nobody close to that pass.
No, I think that was tipped, and I think it was tipped by, I want to say number 79, Ainsley Stubbs. I could be wrong on that, but
it was tipped. But the West offensive line let every Cougar through, so that's why I think it was a screen.
There you go.
JJ Helget saying, we're not punting today, boys. We're going for this on 4th down. We'll see if it pays off for him. See here, Scarlett's confident on this 4th down and 8, and maybe
JJ calls a timeout on that one. I don't know if there was some miscommunication with the quarterback on that. JJ looked like he was trying to holler out instructions from the sideline.
It looks, that's
or maybe he was the man in motion. I'm not sure.
No, well, that's what he looks like when he's teaching in the classroom too. He's sitting there, papers in his hand, barking. He doesn't get a call timeout in classroom though. So Scarlets do take the timeout. It looks like they didn't change any of their personnel, so I think he's still going for it. It is 4th and 8 from the 37-yard line of the Cougars. So if they did punt, they'd be putting the Cougars pretty deep in their zone. But JJ says, nah, let's see if we can pick this up. So big opportunity here for both teams. Scarlets would be very much in the driver's seat if they can pick this up. Huge defensive stand if the Cougars can stop the Scarlets here on this play. It is 4th
and 9.
Yeah. We got
it's a big one.
3 wide receivers, split side, 1 in the backfield, and we're rolling out to pass. We got a pass going, and it is complete to number 2. That is Ethan Johnston. He picks up about 15 yards, and that's that's a well-designed play. The quarterback rolled that way. The Johnston ran a good route, had plenty of separation, and the ball by Makinich was delivered right on time, right in his hands. 1st down for the Scarlets.
Find themselves on the 21-yard line. 1st down.
1st until 10, excuse me. Makinich in the shotgun again. 2 right receivers set. He hands it off to number 20. And number 16, we got 16 on the tackle. That's Zach Bossy in on the tackle. Jackson Froderman with the carry. That's a first down for the Scarlets. He runs it to the 5-yard line, a pickup of 16 yards on the play. First and goal from the 5-yard line for the Scarlets. Knocking on the door here again, 9:30 remaining in the first quarter. The score is 7-0 in favor of the home team, the Scarlets, #1 rated in 5A football against the heavily underdog Cougars. Here we go. Shotgun, McInich to number 2. And
that is Ethan Johnston.
Yeah, Ethan Johnston. Ethan Johnston and McInich hooking up for the score there. Johnston, that is unofficially, all the statistics we have are online, but I don't know if they're totally up to date or not. But according to the statistics that we have, Ethan Johnston, that is his 3rd receiving touchdown of the year.
All right, Femright out on the field for the extra point. And
point is up, and it looks good from here.
Noah puts it in. There we go.
So with 9:15 to go in the first quarter, it is the Scarlets 14, the Cougars 0. And early impressions, Mr. Ullman.
Well, you know, I think there's a little bit of that first quarter jitters. I think we've seen a little bit on both sides, a little bit more on the east side. A couple mishandled passes, mishandled handoffs, and I think I'm hopeful that it's just trying to get those first quarter jitters out. There's a lot of hype for this game, a lot of anticipation for, you know, trying to play your best, and that puts a lot of pressure on these athletes. So hopefully, you know, they'll get those jitters out of the way and settle down into some good football and make this a close game.
Yeah, you mentioned the emotion of it, and both you and I have been coaches, head coaches and assistant coaches. I coached the girls hockey team at Mankato East for 11 years. These East-West games, whether you are the heavy favorites or you're the heavy underdog, or it's supposed to be a close game, there's always a lot of excitement going into it. You know these kids, the fans are excited for it, and yeah, like you said, hopefully we see a little back and forth here. Number 14, Connor Ratcliffe on the reception of the kickoff, and he takes it back. It looks like he's going to be brought down about the 20-yard line by several Scarlets, including number 12, Carter Mim. He was in on the tackle.
You know, one of the impressive things about this Mankato West team, you know, they're coming in 7-0, and they're, you know, ranked #1. But if you look back to the last few years, I mean, they haven't lost a game in 3 years.
I believe right now they're on a 24 or 25 game win streak.
Yeah.
Because they had a COVID shortened season.
Yep. Well, they didn't make it to the state championships, but they never lost that.
They didn't lose, and then the next season started, and then they did win state
went all the way through.
year.
Yep.
And still haven't lost this year. And yeah, Ratcliffe here with the carry, and he's got to the corner. He is able to get out to the 24-yard line, maybe 25. Great tackle by
Rui.
Rui, who's again
Gets
all
to
over
him
the place.
And slows him up from making the turn.
Yeah, and like you mentioned, you know, the Scarlets, the consistency of that program is something that is hard to do because every class of athletes, you're going to have a handful. You're going to have, you know, years where you have it's stacked with athletes and years where it's not, but just to maintain that consistency has been pretty impressive.
Absolutely.
Gosh, back here, 2nd and 5 for the Cougars, and we hand it off to number 11. That's Alexander Hennis, and he gets about 6 yards. That should be enough for a Cougar first down, and it is the Cougars.
That is their first down of the game.
Yeah, moving the chains for the first time this evening, finding some success on the ground there. Actually, both times the running backs had good running lanes there.
For sure.
And that's got to be encouraging for the Cougars as we look, just the eye test. We have we do have weights on the Cougars players. We don't have any height or weight on the Scarlets. I'm just going to say that the Scarlets are the bigger team in general. And you can look at the grades too. Cougars have a number of underclassmen on their offensive and defensive line, and the Scarlets are dominated by seniors and juniors. And that makes a big difference. Gosh is in trouble. He's brought down to the backfield. Number 5.
That was Ethan Johnston come through. Oh, no, it was, I'm sorry, number 5. Sorry, number 5. Ty Niels was in on that one.
And that's exactly what I'm saying right there. You're seeing, Ty Niels. He's a senior linebacker, big, strong guy, and he's going. It looked like he got through the middle there. Number 76 is a big kid for the Cougars, Braden Petzel, but he is also a freshman, and so you got experience, you got strength. You got a little bit of a mental edge, and that was where both coaches felt this game was going to be a big turning point, was the offensive and defensive lines. Here we go. Connor Ratcliffe again with the shovel pass. He's brought down by Gruey. Pick up of maybe a yard on the play. Brings up 3rd down and
long.
Yeah, 3rd
21?
down.
20 maybe?
Sure, yeah, go with that. 21 is what they got on the scoreboard. 6:47 to go in the first quarter. 14-0 Scarlets. Scarlets scored on their first offensive play of the game. If you're just joining us, Cougars tried a little trickery to begin the game. Onside kick. Scarlets recovered it on their own 48-yard line. One play later, Damian Rui, took it 52 yards and put the Scarlets up 7-0. Here we go. The Cougars had just picked up their first down of the game, and we got 3rd and 21 for the Cougars. Gosh back.
Oh, shoot. He had the guy. He was open. It kind of looked like he was trying to turn before he had the ball secured, and it comes out of his hands.
Yep, and that was number 20, Eric Richards. It was very unlikely he was going to pick up that first down because he had 4 guys in red in his sights. But it could have been a pickup of 7-8 yards, and at least get yourself out from this area. But he drops it, and we are on to punt. I believe that's Alex Hennis is on to punt. And we got Rui back to receive. They're punting a little bit farther away. Great punt by Hennis.
Really good punt.
And it does take a very fortunate Cougar bounce.
36-yard line.
I think this is the first time the Scarlets are starting in their own end. I think. Maybe they. No, never
Well,
mind. They were on the
one.
48-yard line. But so great punt by Hennis. I think he was at about the 15-yard line. So public school math gets me about 10.
We're
20,
both social
30.
studies. We're not math.
40.
Just count the dashes on the field.
I think that was about a 45 to 50-yard punt.
Yeah?
Yeah, I'll take that. Not as good as the Vikings punter this weekend. He punted 73 yards. But these guys aren't professionals, so 45 to 50 yards pretty good. And we got a first carry of the day for number 17. Number 17, Elijah Bowman. He's actually, I believe, their number 1 running back. At least that's what I had him looking at. Again, unofficial statistics. Oh, he's probably number 2. Jackson Froderman has 631 yards this season. Elijah Bowman has 374 coming into the game. He picked up 6 yards there. They started with Rui, but according to the stat sheet that we got, he's probably their number 4 running back. So he got some carries early. Oh, we got a pump fake there. And Makinich lobs it up there. Number 3.
I got to tell you, we talk about size out there, and taking a look at number 59 for West. That is Greg Meidel, and he's a big boy, and he allowed the quarterback to step up and gain some more time just by tying up his man and getting him moved away from danger. So, Greg Meidel doing a great job on that outside left side.
Yeah, the pass was just out of the reach of number 3, Jalen Smith. So we have 3rd down and 4 for the Scarlets. Another big play here for both teams. See if we can pick up a stop here. Oh, and it
17
goes
coming right up the middle. That's Elijah Bowman.
Yep, Bowman picks up
that first down.
Just maybe 9 yards on the carry, brought down by number 16, Zachary Bossi. And he does pick up enough yardage for another Scarlet first down. Brian Tilgis, helping on the tackle there. So Makinich back again in the shotgun. Takes the snap. We got a crossing route. It is complete to number 3, Jalen Smith. Oh, good coverage. A flag comes out late. Connor Ratcliffe on the coverage. I think they're gonna say that was a targeting hit here. I think they're gonna say he hit one of the other linebackers who came in, hit him high. Cougars wearing the gold numbers with white jerseys. It's a little bit tough to see. I think it might have been number 16, Zach Bossy, who's going to get flagged here for a personal foul, would be my guess. Oh, they're calling it face mask.
There we go.
So I think the face mask then came on Connor Ratcliffe, number 14. Yeah, I mean, I'll give the referee the benefit of the doubt. He's down there. It looked to me like he had his arms around him, but he must have gotten some of that face mask. So added to that play, the Scarlets get another 15 yards, and that brings up 1st and 10 from the Cougar 33-yard line. Makinich back in the shotgun again. He's chucking it deep for Jalen Smith, and it is out of bounds. He didn't catch it anyway. Yeah, he wanted that deep ball. He wanted the deep ball there. You know, it's interesting. Neither team has taken a snap from under center yet. It's been shotgun the entire game.
Yep, you're right.
And I've heard now that even in short down yardage plays, people are like, well, why aren't they taking a snap? Because they do so much from the shotgun that even if you're just trying to do a quarterback sneak, to line up under center is so unusual that they don't even want to try it.
Yeah.
So they're just like, okay, we're a shotgun team, and that's all we're going to do. So Makinich, again, in the shotgun formation, 4 wide receivers wide, but he hands this one off to Bowman, and Bowman he's got the ball. He's dragging.
He had 4 guys that he dragged with him on that one.
Wow, not 4 exactly.
Well,
number.
He had 4 and 1 dropped off, so
yeah,
he
number
ended
18.
with 3.
Number 18, we got dragged a little bit. The Riston Wojcik, but wow, Bowman, that's an impressive run there because he was hit probably just about 1 yard past line of scrimmage. He ended up picking up 6 yards. So same formation here. Bowman in the backfield, 4 wide receivers wide. Makinich, he's going to run it this time.
He's going to take it. He's got the first
good
down and
tackle
more.
there. Good tackle by number 16, Bossy.
Down to the 9.
Picks up another first down for the Scarlets. Again, there you saw wide open hole. And if you're able to get past the lineman without being touched, that's putting a lot of pressure on your backfield to make that tackle.
Sure.
And actually, that was a great tackle by Zach Bossy because, I mean, all he has to do is get by Bossy, and that's a touchdown. Easy. So Bossy, a touchdown-saving tackle. Makinich back now. 3 wide receivers wide, 1 tight end, and Bowman in the backfield. Takes the snap, drops back. He's looking to pass this one. He's going for the corner. Good coverage. And that's wow. That is some good coverage. The Scarlets almost completed that pass to number
2, Ethan Johnston.
Oh, Ethan Johnston. Coverage there. It looked like it could be number 14, Connor Ratcliffe. A lot of, I think they
looked
call
like there was a lot of contact.
Well,
between
I think they call that face guarding, and there's a lot of hand jostling there. But he must have gotten a hand on the ball. No flag thrown there. Tight coverage on the play, very tight. And here we go, 2nd down and goal. 3 wide receivers set. This one goes to Bowman, and he gets through the line of scrimmage, and he is stopped at the 3-yard line. A couple Cougars converge on the tackle, number 53. Cody Paulson, number 55, Brian Tilgis also there. That was nearly a touchdown had they not been able to bring him down there. He stopped at the 4-yard line. 3rd and goal for the Scarlets.
3 minutes left in the first quarter. Scores 14-0 Scarlets.
And let's see here. We got a interesting formation. They have 2 in the backfield. Looks like a quarterback run would be my guess. And it is, and he looks to be in. Yep. Makinich. So what they did there, I don't know, you saw it, they put their 2, I guess I've not seen that formation. The 2 halfbacks were actually in front of the quarterback, just basically for extra blocking.
That's what it looked like, yeah.
And they had 1 receiver wide, and Makinich just, go right up the middle with that and use your extra blockers. Didn't get in by much, but the ball broke the plane. And with the point after, it is now 21-0 as Femright knocks that extra point in. And with 2:41 to go in the first quarter, it's 21-0. Scarlets over the Cougars. Cougars are going to have to get something going here.
Yeah.
If they're going to keep this thing close, they got to find a way not just to go down and score, but they need a drive here that, takes them to the end of the first quarter. They got to get to the end of the first quarter here with the ball in their hands, and it's only 2:41.
I think.
But I mean,
most importantly, they need to let their defense rest. They've been out there a long time.
Right. Just momentum's sake, and I mean, if the Scarlets end up getting this ball back before the end of the first quarter, that's going to be not good. So Cougars got to put together something positive here. Again, Scarlets up 21-0. I'm Nate Fuller. With me is Mark Ullman. We both teach on the east side, but we're calling this as impartial as can be here, and we want a good football game. So if you're at home going, well, why do they want the Cougars to get a good drive? Because we want a good football game, okay? So
Noah Femright kicking off,
and that is an angled kick. It is fielded at the 25-yard line and brought back up to the 35-yard line.
Yeah.
Oh, no,
31.
31-yard line.
30 and a half, maybe.
Might have been Bossy on that return. Running the camera equipment today, Mankato East grad Alex Berg. Alex Berg put this together, and he reached out to Mr. Ullman and myself asking if we'd be able to help him out, do some announcing play-by-play here. So we're teachers by day, play-by-play announcers tonight. And Alex Berg, he's done an awesome job putting this all together. He's doing all the camera stuff. He's in a trailer controlling this here. It looks like Hennis is now playing quarterback. He's their Wildcat quarterback. Hennis takes the ball up the left side. He's brought down, among others, by number 3, Jalen Smith. Alex Hennis has been that Wildcat quarterback for the Cougars this year. Rafe Bowman started the year as the starting quarterback for the Cougars. He's a big kid, and you see some football players and you're like, that kid likes a little contact. Rafe Bowman likes a little contact. So he wouldn't back away from contact. He enjoyed trying to knock down a quarterback, someone like that. He went out hurt a few weeks ago. Gannon Gosh has been the primary quarterback, and then now Hennis is the Wildcat quarterback. That handoff goes to Connor Ratcliffe. Connor Ratcliffe picks up another yard or two. It's going to be a 3rd down and
looks like 7.
I know. I was trying to will it with my mind to make it 5, but
they took one off,
yeah,
so that was 3rd and 6.
Okay, so telekinesis worked a little bit there. I got him an extra yard. I was trying for 2, but
we're down to 133 in the first quarter.
Oh no! I hope I didn't jinx the Cougars by saying they need to take some time here. But here we go. We got 8 seconds left on the play clock. Gosh back in at quarterback, so it's going to be a passing play. Got no running backs in the backfield right now. Gosh back to pass, and he is under a lot of pressure. Gets the ball off. It is caught by Cougar receiver number 14, Connor Ratcliffe, and it is positive yardage. He's about 3 yards short, 4 yards short of the first down.
But a completed pass nonetheless.
It is a completed pass. He got out of bounds, so that stops the clock with 1:10 left, and unfortunately, I was looking for a little bit of momentum and saying that they needed to keep it till the end of the quarter. Unfortunately, that doesn't look to be the case here. Hennis back to punt. He had about a 47-yard punt last time. Let's see what he can do this time. Nice high punt this time. Fielded by Rui at the, we got a flag on the play.
Comes in
it's caught at the 27-yard line, number 26.
A block in the back, maybe?
Yeah, 26, Mikhail Smith was near. It looks like they're going to call this a block on the back, and the Scarlets will march back another 15 yards, likely. Or 10, I'm not exact. It was probably a 10-yard penalty. That kick, okay, let's do some math here. 10, 20, 30, 40. I think it's another 45-yard punt. I don't know. We don't, the stats crew, if you guys could be here with Mr. Ullman and I in the booth, the stats crew is rather thin. It's just me and Mr. Ullman and our combined brain power. So it is math.
Well, the salary that they pay us to do this probably doesn't doesn't allow for stats to be up here.
They tricked us.
They did trick us.
We thought they said salary. They said celery. So we're getting celery.
I'd welcome some celery and some dip up here.
Yeah, I don't know if they're selling celery tonight. Maybe. If somebody out there is watching, you go ahead and bring us some celery.
Whatever.
You could. If you want to communicate with us, you can find me at ntfuller11. You can communicate during the game. You can be our fan of the game, or at Nam.
Blue Cram.
Yeah, Blue Cram. It's Mark Ullman backwards. Number 1, Rui on the reception.
Oh
He's
my gosh,
breaking
nice
tackles.
spin move.
No.
And Rui is off to the races. Can he be caught?
Number 53.
Oh, and he got him from behind.
Oh, my goodness.
Saves a touchdown. Rui was off to the races.
Cody Paulson with the game, or
and
the
Cody
touchdown
Paulson
saving.
saves a touchdown.
Wow. And
sure to be.
I mean, wow.
That's
Rui.
some grit to catch him.
Rui, I don't know, we get to watch instant replays, but I mean, literally, I thought he was going to be down after 4 yards.
Yeah, had a
we were
great
talking
spin
about
move.
celery, you know, and whatever, at NT11 and at Mark Ullman backwards, and all of a sudden, Rui gets out of that tackle, and he is gone. Man, that guy almost busted it all the way again. Cody Paulson with the touchdown saving play. 29 seconds left in that first quarter. Scarlet's knocking on the door again. 1st and 10 from the Cougar 19. Goes to Bullerman this time, and he busted outside, and he
keeps finding gaps.
Brought
Gets it down to the 4-yard line. Nice run by Bowman again, just finding gaps.
He's brought down by Levi Kime Wolf, and that gets us to the end of the first quarter. At the end of 1 quarter of play, Mankato West 21, Mankato East nothing. The Scarlets will have it 1st and goal from the 4-yard line. Unofficially, that run by Rui was really long. I think actually if we went about, I think that was a 55-yard run unofficially. Again, we don't have a statistician up here, but I think
I'm doing my best over here.
You are, and it's
I'm not doing very well.
Well, you know, you're the best stats guy in the box right now, Mr. Ullman.
So first quarter, just a quick rundown. First play of scrimmage, we had a 54-yard scramble from Rui to make it 7-0. And then at 9:15 in the second quarter, number 2, Johnston, gets a 5-yard touchdown pass. And then at 3:30 left in the first quarter, we had a 4-yard scramble from Makinich to make it to 21-0. And all 3 extra points by Noah Femright. So if you have Noah Femright on your fantasy league, you know, he's doing a great job tonight.
And just so everybody's clear, we're not endorsing fantasy sports for high school. That's not legal.
It's not a thing either, so take it for what it is.
It probably is. But anyway, so Scarlet's knocking on the door here again. 1st and goal, second and goal from the...
I think it's the 4.
No, okay, actually, 2nd and 1. I'm sorry, it's 2nd and 1 from the 4-yard line. So that brings up, now we're going to have 3rd down and 1.
Oh, yeah, you're right.
Yeah, we had thought they were 1st and goal with that run, but they're not. So it's 3rd and 1 from the 4-yard line. I'm guessing, based on how the game has gone, this is 2-down territory, and I'm going to make a bold prediction. I'm calling Makinich with a QB run here to try to pick up the 1st down, and I think if they don't get it, they're probably going for it again. Cougars have not been able, they've had a couple good opportunities to stop the Scars, have not been able to do it yet. Bowman in the backfield, Makinich, 3 wide receivers wide. Makinich in shotgun, we got motion there that goes to number 14. And he is going for the corner, and he's in with the touchdown.
Colin Johnston, number 14, for the
touchdown run. That run from the booth here, it looked like, because he got the, so that's officially a passing play, right? That's how your quarterbacks in the fantasy teams get so many points. That was a pass there. Makinich tossed it to him.
Looked a little bit more like a shuffle, but yeah, we're splitting hairs there.
Called a pass, but it looked like if he had turned it up right away, he would have had enough for the 1st down, but he would have been stopped. But he felt that he could get to the edge and get a touchdown, and he did. And Femright is sorry.
Another 4 for 4.
There we go. He's good there. And we got, oh man, Scarlets, they really missed out this quarter. They scored 9 seconds into the first quarter. It took them an extra 1 second to get a touchdown in the second quarter. So, you know. Gosh, I'm not gonna. So I'll reminisce. As now we've heard the Scarlet School song about 5 times, and I remember my early hockey coaching days. The Scarlets, under the coaching of Mike Sipe, the girls hockey team, they took it to us, and we would hear that school song about 7 or 8 times, and so it just every time you hear it, you're like, "Ugh." But about 6 years into coaching, Cougars turned the corner, and we were able to beat the Scarlets, and we would put 7 or 8 goals on the board. It did, we, not as many, but that school song, it just, when you hear your school song, it brings a lot of joy, but hearing your rival's school song is like, salt to the wound, lemon on a paper cut. It's just, and we're right next to the band.
Well, and shout out to the band because they sound fantastic.
They're doing great.
A lot of good energy over there. So Femrite kicks off, and it's down to the 10.
Oh, he mishandled that.
The 10 mishandled it.
Mikhail Smith, and he is tackled at the 3-yard line. Mikhail Smith has had a nice season for the Cougars. He's a running back in the home games that I've seen him in. He has the ability to break some big plays. He has also had the habit of losing control of the ball in big moments. He actually, in one of the Cougars' earlier losses this year, I think it was maybe, who was it? Not Cass and Manterville, but Byron, I think it was. He ended up fumbling late in the ball game, deep in the Cougar end, and that led to a Byron go-ahead touchdown. So there he is. Unfortunate bounce there for the Cougars. Gosh, back to pass. He's going deep.
That could have gone either way on that one. Ball needed to be thrown a little bit further.
Yeah, definitely further. It was intended for Carson Schweim. He's a big, tall kid, and they think they got an advantage there with number 1, Damian Rui. I mean, that ball.
If that's on the outside,
maybe
he has a better chance at it.
But that Rui was closer to that ball than Schweim. That was Rui's played some excellent defense so far on the passing plays that they've gone his way.
He's had a great game tonight.
Gosh, in backfield, 2 wide receivers. The handoff goes. All right, we got
found a hole.
To I think that's number 11. Alex Hennis is my guess. Tackled by number 58. Yeah, Hennis is the ball carrier. He's tackled by number 58, Austin Nomenson. Nice pickup there, about 7 yards. Some positive yardage. Love to get a first down. Love to get a first down here on this drive if they're able to. You don't want to have to punt from inside your own 10-yard line, and that might even be from inside the end zone at that point. So love to pick this up here, see if we can generate some positive momentum.
So maybe just have a little bit more of a cushion so that West doesn't have quite as short of a field to work with.
Gosh, in the backfield there is a whistle. I think we got a flag.
Movement.
Oh,
I don't know. Helget was on fire on the sidelines. He saw something. I didn't see it.
We might have a delay of game.
Delay of game.
Oh, yeah, delay of game.
Yeah, Helget was pointing at something coming off the sidelines there, so he must have been watching the clock.
I haven't seen Helget that upset since he gave a quiz last week in biology class. Class average 63%, not very good. Here we go. Gannon Gosh in the backfield. He hands off again to Hennis. No, he's got the ball. Play fake, and he's going to throw this one out of bounds. Not intercepted.
Close to the student section, though.
Close to the student section. Unfortunately, that's, 3rd and 4 becomes third. It must have been 3rd and 4 becomes 4th and 9 with the delay of game penalty. And, the Cougars not doing themselves any favors there by getting delayed game penalty. Hennis back to punt from his end zone. He's got Rui at the 40-yard line. Okay, we're going to count this one. It's from the 5-yard line officially, and this one, so it's a 30-yard
he's got
punt.
A lot of space.
Yeah, that's a lot of room. Oh, Rui, he breaks a couple tackles.
Down at the 20. 21.
Brought down by 45. Number 45 of the Cougars is not on the paper roster that we have, but we'll try to find out who that was. But number 45 finally was able to get Rui down. It was a punt of 30 yards and a return of about 15, so net 15 yards. Scarlet's got a very short field here. 1st and 10 from their own 21-yard line. I'm going to guess this is going to be Mechanich's last series if they're able to get a touchdown here. And Mechanich is like, yeah, I might as well make the most of it. If I'm going to be out, I'm going to try to
nice run
get a touchdown. He got the first down.
Kept moving forward.
15-yard gain there for Mechanich. Gets it down to the 6-yard line. Oh, 7-yard line. 1st and goal there. And not to say that any starters need to come out and that this game is going to be, a blowout, but I do know in talking to Coach Helget that, I mean, really for them, he's like, this game, we want to get through it, but we're really gearing up for playoffs. And so I know that's his mindset, and I mean, they've pretty much dominated this game from the get-go. So I don't know that he's going to keep all his best guys in there for too much longer. Mechanich back in the shotgun. He's rolling right. Look at the pass number 3.
Number
Jalen
3.
Smith
Jalen
with the
Smith
reception.
with a great pass. Found the corner.
And again, I watched the football games for East, the home games. I announced those. I watch them on TV. I'm not necessarily an elite football mind, but I'm going to tell you this. Jalen Smith has about 3 yards of separation. And when you got 3 yards of separation, you got a quarterback like Mechanich. I mean, that's not a tough throw and catch for those guys. I mean, yes, Jalen Smith jumped, and it looks, great, and it was good athleticism. But, I mean, like I said, he's got at least 3 steps between him and the Cougar defender, and that's just so much room that
it's a pretty easy play.
And Mechanich has the time and space to make that play. Yeah, that's making it look easy. It is now 35-0 with 9:48 to go in the first half. The Scarlets in pink, the student section, Principal Sherry Blazing leading the cheers now for the Scarlets, because the Lancers band.
They're getting ready for halftime, I think. They're going to make their way down.
I don't know if they are performing at halftime. Usually they're wearing their outfits, so they might be. That'd be great. I've seen them a couple times. They're very good.
They are.
That'd be awesome. You're totally right. Yeah, they got their hats on and everything. I love that. I don't know if we're going to show that for you guys. Alex Berg is in the box. He's controlling the cameras, doing an amazing job with all the remotes and things that he's doing in there. I'm Nate Fuller. With me is Mark Allman. And we're calling this game 35-0 in favor of the Scarlets. That one goes into the end zone. Mikhail Smith, after last time fumbling, says, let's just take it at the 20-yard line. Let's just get it out there. And the Cougars will take over at their own 20-yard line. 9:48 to go, 35-0.
Speaking of the Lancers, they were in a competition. I want to say it was last weekend.
Yeah.
And I think it was an early. I was talking with one of the Lancers' parents earlier today, and they were saying that they had to compete. I don't remember where they were, but it was a long bus ride. I think the bus left Mankato like 3:30 in the morning, and they performed.
I was there
early.
to see them off.
And they, needless to say, they performed exceptionally well. They wound up winning.
Yeah.
So the Lancers, they're well regarded and high performing, and hopefully you guys will be able to see that at halftime.
Hennis with the carry. He's through the line of scrimmage and brought down. Great tackle there by number 22, Elijah Green. Hennis had a bit of steam there, and Elijah Green was the last guy on that side. Not that he was going to be gone to the house because there were some guys in the middle field, but if he gets by Green, he's got another
some open
10,
space.
15 yards. Yeah. So good tackle by Green. Nice run by Hennis. Picks up 5 yards on first down. Great to get some positive yardage for the Cougars here. Early in the downs makes the playbook a little bit more wide open. They're going right back to Hennis. He brings up the same side, and he's got a little bit of room, and he picks up, I think it's just 4 yards.
Just shy of the first down, looks like. It's going to be a 4th and 1.
Brought down, no, third down. We're doing lose it down. He's brought down by number 5, Ty Niels, and number 12 as well, and then tackle Carter Mim. So we got 3rd and 1 for the Cougars. Let's see. They've got 1 first down this evening. Going for a second one here. And Gosh is in the shotgun format again. Motion by Connor Ratcliffe on the play.
Ty Niels looked like he was ready to.
Yeah, he's blitzing.
He's coming through. He's
Gosh,
He gets through.
Gets the ball away. We got a first
but we
down
got a first
to
down.
number 85, Tyler Gropel.
Yeah, Ty Niels was coming, and you could tell he was chomping at the bit for that ball to be snapped. And sure enough, he got through, but the quarterback saw him coming and got that ball out quick, just enough for a good first down.
Hey, he needed 1 yard, got 7. Great job. Cougars first down at their own 35-yard line, 1st and 10 for the Cougars. You know, last year, this rivalry has been very lopsided lately. Cougar, I think the Scars have 16 years in a row with the JUG, but there have been some very close games recently even. Gosh in the backfield, he's scrolling to his left. He floats one out of bounds. Number 6 is in the area. Number 6, Dominic Vogel-Gisang is in the area, but well over his head. Gosh, clearly putting that one just where it can't be reached. Anyway, some close games. Last year, the Cougars almost pulled off a pretty miraculous upset. There had been a lot of rain. The game took place at Wolverton Field at Mankato East, and it came down to a 2-point conversion, and the Scars were able to, remain victorious. A couple of the times it's come down very close, but Scarlets have had the advantage as of late. Number 11, Alex Hennis, again with the
gets
carry.
Another 6 yards on the carry.
Brought down by 22. That's Green, I think, again, right? Nope, sorry. Yeah, Elijah Green, number 22.
Green, yep.
But pickup of 6 yards. So having success with that play.
Yeah.
On first down. And again, definitely we have, I think right now literally probably dozens of people watching and listening to our broadcast. And we know we got people on the east side and the west side listening. I'm Nate Fuller with Mark Ullman. We're here hoping for a good quality football game. And wanting to see some success here for the Cougars while being as impartial as we can. There's a lot of contact there.
There was a lot of contact before the pass. No flag, but there definitely was some contact before the ball got there.
And that frustration comes in, especially as he's feeling that he's being held and interfered with, and you compound it with you're down by a ton, and that's just frustration right there, and certainly did look like a lot of contact. Hennis on to punt now.
He's kind of their all-around utility player.
He definitely is. Cougars sending people in. Jess Eakin, the long snapper, junior, Mankato East. Good snap to Hennis. Hey, and there we got another 45-yard punt because he punted that from the 40-yard line, 10, 20, 30.
Eli Staley was on the west side.
35-yard punt. There we go. 35-yard punt for Hennis. He's tackled immediately. They will take over at their own 25-yard line.
We talk about these crosstown rivalries. Working on the east side, I live on the west side, so my kids are at west. I've coached at west. I've coached on the east side. There's always a lot of hype for these games, and sometimes that's good, sometimes that's bad. Living in a split house, on our side, these are tough games for me to watch because I want to cheer for both sides, and there's got to be a winner, and.
Oh boy, Bowman with the carry.
Finds a hole.
Jukes backwards. He's going to be brought down eventually, but did a nice job, nice shifty run there. Picks up 13 yards and a first down.
Yeah.
Go ahead, keep.
Yeah, it's just these crosstown rivalry games. There's a lot of hype and a lot of energy around it. And growing up, these kids play with each other, and then when they get to the high school, they split up and they play against each other. And there's some rivalry to it. There's also some good friendships that are built around these sports, and to watch them play and compete. They compete at a high level, and at the end of the game, they're shaking hands because we're all part of one community here.
Absolutely. Makinich again in at quarterback. My prediction was wrong, but Bowman getting the carry. He picks up another 5 yards. You're right. There's friendships at the end. I think also in my experience, because again, I was a part of some very lopsided losses and some very lopsided wins. Your mistakes feel worse too.
That's true.
And I think any community member out there hopefully you're coming away proud of the effort that you see, no matter what the result, and supporting whoever it is that you're supporting. But sometimes it's almost the community that takes it more serious than the kids. As this pass is floated out to number 2, great coverage on the play. It is intended for number 2, Ethan Johnson. Coverage by number 13, Landon Severson. Landon Severson all over that play, and really, yeah, there was a very small window to try to fit that into, and Makinich just put that a little bit out of his reach. So we got third down and 4 for the Scarlets at their own 45-yard line. 3 receivers wide, 2 in the backfield. Makinich takes the snap. He hands it to Bolerman, and Bolerman breaks 1 tackle. He's carrying some Cougars, but they bring him down at the 44-yard line. The first down does not happen. He is stopped, led, by the way, by number 53, Cody Paulson. A couple other Cougars helping out on that, too. Number 22, Levi Keim-Wolf was in on the tackle, and it's 4th down. And J.J. Helgett, the coach of the Scarlets, says the Cougars haven't stopped us yet on 4th down, and we're not going to punt until they can stop us. So, he did send the offense back on the field, but instead we got a timeout taken by Mankato West. 5:14 left to go in the first half. Scarlets up 35-0. And we got a 4th down and 2. That looks like more than 2 yards. I mean, what do you think there, Mr. Ullman? I think that's very generous by the scorekeeper. 2 yards, that looks like at least 2.7 yards, if not even maybe 3. But
it looks closer to 3, but it is what it is. It's 4th down, and the Scarlets have yet to turn the ball over. So 4th and 3, 4th and 4, 4th and 2. It's 4th down, and they're going for it.
4th down. You got a prediction here. I'm saying right now they didn't put Bolerman back on the field. Makinich is out there.
I'm going to go with Johnston, number 2.
I feel like Makinich. This is a quarterback draw.
Okay,
that's my guess here.
Well, Johnston's he's way out on the outside. So.
Johnson is way out. They got that. They got all the backs in the the 2 backs right behind the offensive line, like they did on Makinich's touchdown on the draw play. Oh my gosh! I should be a football coach. That was a draw.
You should be a football. Yeah, you very well could be a football coach. and I got to tell you. That's why I'm not a football coach.
Yeah, here we go. So the Scarlets pick up the first down. They get it to the Mankato east side of the field, just above
on the 48.
Stompers' horn there, 48-yard line. Here we go. Here's your passing play. We'll see. Maybe they'll run it and just stick on the ground. Number 20, Jackson Froderman hasn't done a whole lot for the Scarlets tonight, but I feel the passing play is what they're doing here. Oh, but it goes to Froderman, and he is wide open. Brought down by Brian Tilgis of the Cougars, and Alex Hennis and Levi Keim-Wolf. Froderman out of the backfield there, just nobody picked him up. He's wide open, and that's a first down for the Scarlets. The 36-yard line.
We got 4:25 to go in the first half.
35-0 in favor of the Scarlets. And Makinich drops back, and he is wide open. Jalen Smith
with a nice move. Beautiful little move right there after he catches the ball and finds open space for the touchdown.
He juked.
That's the second one for Jalen Smith in this quarter.
Yeah, he was wide open, and then he juked number 16, Zach Bossi, the only guy left to get him, and he just faked right and took it left, and it was able to stroll into the end zone there.
Was that about what was that, about a 30-yarder?
I think 36. I think it was 36. Yeah, 36-yard touchdown. Scarlets have had some big touchdown plays tonight, and they're going to take it. It's 41-0. 42 pending the kick. Oh, we got a kid over there. It went off his fingertips. It did go through the uprights, but that kid, get him a pair of gloves because he should have caught that. It hit his hands, the little kid who's trying to get the extra point there. But it's good. Fenright, point after is good.
Yeah,
and look at he's running. The kid's running back. He's bringing the ball back. I'd keep it if I were him. It's frowned upon, I guess.
Well, hey, more power to him. He's got the ball. He's running on the field.
That might be JJ's son. JJ has kids. I have no idea how old his kids are. I like his posts when he posts pictures of his kids on Facebook, but that could be, or somebody's kid, probably. Wow. So with 4 minutes and 8 seconds remaining in the first half, the Scarlets go up 42-0. The Cougars, you know, at this point, I would say this, that, you know, you're still playing for pride. And no matter what the score is, you got to come out and give your best effort. And you got to come out and you got to say, hey, it's 42-0. Let's make it 42-7 or 42-6, 42-3, whatever we can get. Any positive points, any points on the board, you got to play for that.
For sure. Noah Fenright kicking off.
Mikhail Smith on the reception.
10.
Here we go. He takes it at the 10. He runs it up to about the 23-yard line. Fights some Scarlet tacklers. Gets to the 24-yard line. Maybe they'll be generous. They'll give him the 25-yard line.
Looks like they did.
Yeah, let's go. 25-yard line for the Cougars. They're going to take over with about
15-yard return.
4 minutes and 2 seconds to go in the first
There's a
half.
good look at the East student section over there.
Yeah, if they put that on the Jumbotron, the fans would be happy. And that's great. You know, hey, scoreboards aside, you're here to cheer on your classmates, your teammates. You're having fun. It's what high school is all about. You wish your team was doing better.
Friday Night Lights on a Wednesday.
Yeah, there you go. But you still support them. This looks like 16 Bossy with the carry. That's a new look. Haven't seen him. He's running the Wildcat there.
Looks like they had the option there with Hennis behind him.
Yep.
And then Bossy just turns it up.
Yeah, he picks up 4 yards for the
4-yard
Cougars.
gain, yeah.
Again, camera work tonight provided by a number of on-field personnel. Alex Berg, former East grad, is also helping remotely in the trailer somewhere, controlling a lot of cameras. And we're glad that we got some people. You couldn't make it to the game. You're able to watch it still.
Kind of like the Wizard of Oz behind the curtain.
Pay no attention. Okay, we got Gosh back in at quarterback here. He lobs it up for Carson.
Oh, and he almost had it. He had 3 guys on him and still had one hand available to try to catch that left-handed one-hand catch and just out of his reach. Good coverage by West.
We have about 350 people watching this right now. All right, well, we appreciate you guys spending some time with us here tonight.
We're just 2 rookies on a mic.
Yeah, we did do a game a couple years ago together. We did a couple East-West games, those basketball games.
Right before COVID.
I wasn't going to bring that part up, but okay.
Sorry.
Those 2 basketball games, Cougars won both of those games. Cougars trailing this football game, and we're going to have a delay of game penalty again. Yeah, sorry. That was about, I didn't want JJ, Coach Helget to...
No, Helget kept his cool on that one. He stayed right where he was.
Yeah, man, 3rd and 5, and now you're marching back 5 more yards, just shooting yourself in the foot. 3rd and 6, now it's 3rd and 11. And you know, I don't know if you watched many NFL games, but when the clock hits 0, they've been giving teams like an extra second.
Yeah,
that was about 3 seconds before the refs realized it.
They ran the same play.
Okay, Bossy.
Oh, shoot. Oh, my gosh.
Hennis.
That was almost a disaster. Hennis got control of that ball, but that was over his shoulder, and he had to reach up with his right hand one-handed to bring that ball in.
Yeah.
Otherwise, that was on the ground.
Yeah.
There were scholars all around him.
I would feel like you're wanting your quarterback to make that decision sooner. If you're going to toss it so it's not that pressured. He was very pressured when he tossed it. You know, if you're pushing it that late, you probably just hold on to it, take the sack in the backfield, because you risk a fumble. Hennis, like you said, did a great job recovering it, and now he's back to punt from his own 18-yard line, and this one is going to make it. It's a great punt again up to the 48-yard line. That's
good blocking right there.
He's just patient.
He was patient, waiting for his blockers to get in the spot where he could find a hole, and found a few yards.
I think that was a 40-yard punt, unofficially. Nice punt by Hennis. His leg might be getting tired at this time. I think that's about his. We should have been tracking. I think that's probably his 7th punt of the evening.
Yeah.
To their credit, the Cougars have not had a turnover, but via fumble or interception. But
couple close calls.
Yeah, as of right now, they only have, I think, 4 first downs, maybe 5. Again, the stats guy. It's my 8-year-old son. He's 10 actually, so it shows you how good I am with numbers. And he didn't even come tonight, so he's not doing much for us. But Scarlet's in the driver's seat here, 42-0.
2:17 left in the first half.
2:17 left. The Cougars took that timeout, and right now that timeout is definitely saying, guys,
let's finish this half.
yeah, we gotta keep the ball carrier in front of us, square up, gang tackle. Don't let those receivers behind you.
That looks like the Scarlet student section, all draped in pink. I know my daughter was looking in my wife's closet after school today, looking for anything that she could don pink apparel.
And so here we go with 2 minutes and 17 seconds left from the 40-yard line here from the Scarlets. Number 2, that's Johnston with the
he's still
carry,
moving.
and he
and
breaks
he's
his tackle.
getting
He's
loose.
gone.
16.
Oh, 16. Okay, here we go. Bossy caught him.
Bossy caught him from behind to almost looked like he was going for the strip sack on that.
Not a sack.
Not a sack.
Yeah,
He was trying to strip the ball.
20 yards past the line of scrimmage. But, 30.
He was trying to get the ball loose.
He was. He definitely was. 32-yard pickup by Johnson. He was hit at about the 34-yard line. Probably could have or should have been just about a 5 or 6 yard carry, but he broke that tackle. These are some big, strong kids. And, why has this rivalry been so lopsided? Well, a lot of sports rely on skill, and football does too, but football is a size and strength sport, and the Scarlets just have the size and the strength over these Cougars, and that's it. Touchdown right there.
And that
number 22. 22 for a 7-yard reception. Elijah Green. And again, it's a 7-yard pass play, and he's open. There's not a Cougar defender within at least 6 or 7 feet of that play, and he's just lobbing it in there.
He was wide open.
It's a great route. I mean, there was a defender in the area, but it's just a great route, wide open, easy touchdown.
And
that might have missed. No, that is no good.
Femright pushes one wide right.
That could prove critical.
Well,
if JJ was hoping to get to 50 points before halftime, that was a major miscue. But yeah, Scarlets and that drive, we should start like writing down the time of the drive. I think they got that ball with less than 3 minutes left.
They did.
If I'm not mistaken. Big run by Johnston, 32-yard run, brought it down, and then the one play later, the lob pass to Green, and that is that's a touchdown right there. The scorekeepers, again, this is a home game for the Scarlets. Scorekeepers give them a little home cook, and they actually put an extra point on the board there for the Scarlets. Referee had to point up and said, no. It was a missed point after attempt. It is not 49-0. It's 48-0.
All right, well, Femright's going to kick off one more time. We're looking at, we'll do a little recap here just in a few minutes about the scoring for the second quarter as Femright gets ready to kick off.
And that ball goes deep to number 40. And
That's
he's
Hayden Tischler.
Hayden Tischler runs it back to the 25-yard line. Cougars take over. 1st and 10 from their own 20. Might be even the 26-yard line there. Interesting. We'll see what happens in the second half here. Again, my perspective, I thought they would take out some of those big players. Makinich, you know, I'm sure JJ is gonna let some of the second and third stringers play in the second half. My own personal opinion in the games like this, you know, let's get some of those kids in the first half. You know, if you can. Get them some of that big game experience. We got a pretty packed house here. Got over 350 people watching online, and we appreciate you being here on a Wednesday night lights. Gosh in the backfield gives it to Hennis. Hennis is brought down 2 yards behind the line of scrimmage by number 52. He's a big, strong guy. Trenton Fontaine Wedinger is on the tackle. Cougars running the ball. There, and you know, as much as anything else right now, I think for sure, and I said this at the end of the first quarter, but that was when the Cougars had 2 minutes and 40 seconds. Here they got the ball. They're under a minute right now with that 100% certainty. They need to end this half with the ball. They cannot give it back to the Scarlets. They're going to pass, and that's going to be intercepted. Oh, my gosh.
Rui dropped it.
Oh, he's accepting blame.
He's pointed. He's like, that's on me. That ball was there.
Yeah.
Got a little ahead of himself. Ball was in his hands, and it looked like he was planning his next few steps before he had the ball secured.
I feel like I might have played a little bit in that. I started to jump the gun. I gave him a little bit of the announcer's curse. I said, it's going to be picked, and then he dropped it. I'll take partial credit for that as well, or partial blame, depending on who you're cheering for tonight. So that brings up 3rd and 12 with 37 seconds left. So we'll see what the Cougars do. They're still trying to get positive yards. Okay. Geez, we got a fumble. And I think Hennis recovered it. Scarlets are not jumping up and down. That'd be a fumble recovered by Hennis. And now, okay. All right. We'll see. I thought
4th and 12.
Because both teams have a timeout left. I was wondering if the Scarlets might try to call a timeout. They're content. They're content with a 48-point lead. They said, you know what? We don't need to call a timeout and try to get one more touchdown before the end of half. We feel okay with the 48-point lead. And they jog off the field. Cougars looking pretty dejected over there as they head off as well and try to regroup and come up with some sort of way of salvaging the second half here. Huge lead for the Scars, 48-0. The Lancers are going to be performing at halftime. Mark Ullman, why don't you recap the touchdowns in the first half?
Okay, first half, first play of scrimmage. We had Damian Rui with a 54-yard scramble for a touchdown. And then about 9:15 in the first quarter, number 2, Ethan Johnston had a 5-yard pass for a touchdown, extra point, with Noah Femright.
Yes.
Jason's his dad, Noah Femright. And then at 3:30 in the first quarter, we had a 4-yard run by Bart Makinich. That took us to the end of the first quarter. In the second quarter, probably, I want to say, 8 seconds into the second quarter?
No, it was 10 seconds into the second quarter.
9
seconds into the first quarter.
Okay.
Yeah.
And that was Johnston again with a 4-yard touchdown pass play from Makinich. And then at 9:48, there was a 3-yard pass to Jalen Smith for a touchdown. And then at 4:08, with 4:08 left to go, number 3, Jalen Smith with a 36-yard scramble for a touchdown. And then at 1:33, number 22, that is Green, Elijah Green, sorry, with a 7-yard pass from Makinich. And the extra point missed, the only extra point missed by Noah Femright was on that last touchdown to make the score at the end of the first half 48-0 in favor of the Scarlets.
And yeah, that's a recap of basically the game. I think the Cougars have about 5 first downs. Tough sledding for them.
No turnovers.
Yep, that's a positive as well.
We've had a couple opportunities, some miscues, but no turnovers. We talked at the very beginning of the game that we had that first quarter jitters. I was hoping it was the first quarter jitters that would settle down. Now I'm just hopeful that it was the first half jitters, and the Cougars in the locker room can rally back and give a valiant effort.
Absolutely.
And make it a little bit more of a game for the second half. I think the Scarlets coming in.
Yeah, perfect. And we're going to, so yeah, like you're saying, hopefully can make this somewhat of a game in the second half. Scarlets, I would anticipate, going to put a lot of their other players in. And here we're going to give way to the Mankato Area 77 Lancers Marching Band. They're phenomenal. And hopefully you at home, stick around, watch this. They do an excellent job. Hopefully you can hear some of the sound there too, but we're going to stop talking so you can just watch and enjoy the Mankato Area 77 Lancers as they performed during JUG Game 2022.
Drum majors, Arian Anderson and Perry Clifton, is your band ready?
back, football fans.
Minnesota State University Mankato campus, home of the Mavericks. Tonight, hosting the Scarlets versus the Cougars JUG game 2022. And barring a, miraculous comeback here, the Scarlets are in the driver's seat on this one, 48-0 at halftime. Scored in big plays, scored from short yardage situations, and pretty much in control of this game. And so I'm Nate Fuller, here with Mark Ullman. We both teach and coach at East. I don't know, actually you're not coaching anything right now.
I retired from coaching.
You did. But we're bringing you a broadcast, hopefully for all Mankatoans out there. If you want to tag us in your social media, we'll mention your name on air if that makes you excited or something like that. At Antifa11 or at Mark Ullman, spelled backwards. That's his handle. And
would
so,
be Namlicram.
Yeah. So, Coach Ullman, why don't you take me through in your coaching days? Did you ever end up in a situation where you're either up by a lot or down by a lot, and how did you handle that as a coach?
Wow, that's kind of loaded. For me, I spent 18 years coaching cross country and track and field, and it's a little bit different of a coaching sport.
Yep.
Where you can be up by a lot in head-to-head competition, but in track and field and cross country, it's more about that individual doing the best they can. So it's all that individual, not as much team. I did have the opportunity to coach some soccer on the west side with Coach Makala at the helm, and I was on the B squad for a bit, and the 9A team for a bit. And sometimes when you're up by a lot, you want to have some grace and some mercy on your opponents, and put in some of your non-starters to give them some play time. But and the same side of it, if you're preparing for the championships, you want to get your starters to make sure that they're in good form and they're dialed in and are playing some of their best football. So there's a give and take to it. I would definitely like to see some of those non-starters play in the second half, but in the same fashion, part of that is you want to make sure that those starters are ready to play when it comes down to that postseason play. But yeah.
As a longtime hockey coach, I coached the girls hockey team for East for 11 years. I think our worst loss ever was 16 RIP. And our biggest victory, I think we got to 13 one time. And I'll be, and that was probably, I think in one of the games, the 16th goal we gave up happened with about 5 minutes left. And I will say that when you're on that side of it, it's really, you got to get kids to buy in to just saying, hey, you know what? We cannot worry about the score. There's nothing we can do, okay? And I mean, you're on the bench or whatever, and you're coaching. You're going. There's just almost, you're looking at the clock like, how can time be moving so slowly sometimes?
Yeah.
But you get the kids and you say, you still got to go out and put out your best effort, and you still have to play for your own personal pride. And I mean, right now it would be. I don't think optimism's the word. If I said there could be a comeback here this evening, I think it would be delusional. And but you have to still go out and play and make it the best you can. On the other side, on those lopsided victories, I'm going to say, I understand where you're coming from preparing for the playoffs. If the Scarlets are going to think that this game is going to help them for the playoffs, then they might be delusional, because if they're trying to win a championship, this is not the type of caliber opponent they're going to face. And I think right now, I mean, if I'm Coach Helgett, I am definitely trying to get I want to get my backups in so they get a taste of this game.
For sure.
I would have liked it in a more meaningful time. But B, your starters they're not doing anything but padding stats in this, and they already have some pretty gaudy stats. I don't see them getting any type of a tactical advantage down the playoff road by playing their main players. In fact, I think they get a much bigger advantage by playing some guys who are underclassmen. And again, I mean, your line of scrimmage, you probably got to keep some of those guys in or whatever, but some of these other guys, hey, call a new number. Let somebody else throw that ball. Let somebody else make a play out there, and don't be afraid to give up a touchdown or something like that for the sake of keeping your starters in. Not that they have to worry about injuries, but it's just let some of those other guys get that opportunity. Both student sections, throw the pink confetti, and the Cougars run it back, and I believe there's a fumble on the play, or was he down? I think they're ruling him down.
Yeah,
it was
like
Mikhail Smith on the kickoff return. Scarlet student section.
Goodness.
That is a lot of, it's like those, the fun runs with the chalk, and it now looks like fans are running away as if they're not able to breathe, which isn't a good thing.
They've got it on the screen there.
They're like, trying to haul out. We certainly hope. They look like they're laughing about it.
They're having fun.
That's good.
The Cougar side, it dissipated pretty quickly on that side. I don't know if the Scarlets had more of those on their side.
I know they had more.
Did they? Okay.
Because the Cougar side, it's pretty much all gone, and we're almost going to lose we're going to lose our vision here. Anyway, Cougars got it. Hennis has the ball. He runs it. That's the side that they've had some success on this year. He picks up 3 yards on the play. He's brought down by number 4. That's Brody Koborowski. That's the first time we've called that name, so maybe they are saying, hey, let's get some new guys into the game and let them actually play, and not just say, hey, we're just going to give up here. We want you. That's the other thing too. You put your backups in too late, and they don't really get to go hard. Right now, get them in, because they can still go full on against who the Cougars have in. And you still got to expect your backups to prevent them from gaining yards, okay? Gosh goes up top. And that is, that's third time's the charm.
That's Damian Rui. Yeah,
really,
he's had 2 opportunities prior to that, and he's on the inside of that ball. That's a better throw to Rui than it was his intended receiver. So
yeah, and I say third time's a charm because we saw one early in the game, and it was out of anybody's reach. And then when late in the second quarter, it went off Rui's hands, and that one, either Schweim's got to run a route that puts him more on the inside so he can have a chance, or Gosh has to throw that ball in a place where his receiver's actually going to make the play.
Well, in all 3 of those instances, it looked like the better play was to throw it to the outside, because Schweim had the outside advantage on all 3 of those routes. So, it's hard to say what that route was supposed to look like, but all 3 times it looked like it was the better advantage went to Rui in that. So, finally gets that interception and turns the ball over. First turnover of the game. Well, going back to what you were saying before.
If your quarterback can't throw it to the outside and give your receiver a chance, something's got to change. That was my point. Yep. Is like, but all 3 times Rui was the closer guy to the ball, and that one it finally bit him. So, you're right. If he can get it out there, but if he can't,
run a different route.
Anyway, number 20 is got the ball. Jackson Froderman. We called his name a few times in the first half. Makanich, is that Makanich? What is it? I had it. Now I kind of lost it for a while. Makanich. Scratch an itch. Makanich, he's in the game.
Mac Daddy.
He is the Mac Daddy tonight. He's got 3 passing touchdowns and 2 running already.
1 running and 2 passing. 3 passing. I don't know.
He's got 2.
It's on the stat sheet that the statistician has taken, but I'm actually the statistician because our statistician was not hired, or I don't know.
Well, we appreciate you guys being here with us. We got a 4th down and 1 here coming up for the Scarlets, and they haven't punted yet. Why punt now? They're at midfield. I think more and more teams are starting to do this, where if you're field position, might as well go for it here, especially when they haven't been stopped. And here we go,
No, it's
Makanich is out.
No, that's Froderman.
Froderman has it, and he's tackled
for 5 yards and a first down.
Brought down by number 13, Landon Severson, and so so Froderman did the. I guess that's the way Coach Helge wants to protect his players, when he's going to have the quarterback run the ball to take him out, but then put him back in. And
Makin's just back in now. I think you were speaking earlier about depth of players and depth of the program, and this would be a good example of, we talked about playing your starters, or I talked about playing your starters to make sure that they're ready for postseason, but also thinking about just the depth of the team when you have your graduating seniors going out, and if you can play some of those backups, those non-starters, maybe next year they're your starters, and if they have good on-field play, then that gives them that experience that's going to let them be successful when it comes time for them to start.
For sure. Tilgis on the tackle there. Bolerman with the carry. He picks up a first down. Scars have a 1st and 10 from their own, from the Cougar 27-yard line.
We got 2 out wide stacked.
Yeah, Bolerman's getting this ball, I bet you here. There we go, right up the gut. He's got the ball. He's brought down by number 16, I think it was, Zach Bossy. Might be shaken up on the play.
Looks like he may have gotten something to the eye. He may have gotten something into his, he's having a hard time.
Pickup of 5 yards on that play. Number 18 was the Riston Wojcik. He did. I should have known that. Zach Bossy's a younger kid. He's a little bit smaller. Riston Wojcik down, but he's back up, shaking up a little bit on the play. Both schools. Give a shout out to both schools' athletic trainers. Amy Bond for the east side, and then Randy Palmer for the west side. They work so many games, and they're so great, and the kids love them. If you come to a Mankato East game, it's frequently athletic trainer appreciation night. They just do an awesome job helping our athletes every day. There we go. Nice play.
Nice play.
And I love the way he gets up there, and I guess I'm going to let my colors show here. Yeah, Brian Till just gets up, and he's fired up. And that's what you want in these games, is you don't want it to become ho-hum. It doesn't matter. He's playing for something there, and he gets a nice tackle for a loss, 4-yard loss of the play there, and that brings up 3rd and 9 for the Scarlets, or 3rd and 8 maybe.
In any sport, any coach, what any coach is going to ask of their players is that they go out and they give it their best, give it their all, regardless of what the score is. So those players that are out there, they're playing for pride, but they're also doing what they've been trained to do, and that's to give their best.
Here we go, 3rd and 9, 2 wide receivers wide, 2 in the backfield. Makinich back to pass. He's got a lot of room to run, but he's going to lob it up there, and it is caught to complete to number 10.
Eli Staley.
That's his first reception of the day. He gets
down on the 2. He had Ethan Johnson coming across on the cross route as well, and he was wide open too. So
it's good play development, fake the run, then he rolls out to the left, and that's just our corners have not been able to stay with receivers for the Cougar corners have not been able to stay with receivers for more than about 2 or 3 seconds, and it just, again, like you said, wide open. Makinich back in the shotgun, hands it to Froderman, and he's hit it at the line of scrimmage and brought down in the backfield. Cougars make a stand there. Levi Kime-Wolf in on the tackle, as is Cody Paulson. And again, we talked about, a big thing in football is your line of scrimmage, and just the lines of scrimmage, the Cougars haven't been able to generate any pressure on Makinich when he's passing, and conversely, the Scarlets have generated tons of pressure on Gosh when he is passing, and you can see the difference. But the Cougars D-line makes a stand there at the 1-yard line, 2-yard line, 2nd and goal for the Scarlets.
Let's see if they can do it again.
A fake this time, and he's gonna run it. No, he's gonna pass it, and
and he's not in. He's gonna be short. His feet were in the end zone, but the ball did not clear the line, so they're gonna be short.
I think if they review that one, they might actually say he was in, because when that was awfully close. But you know what? The review official affirms the call on the field, and we have a 3rd and goal from the 1-yard line this time.
Yeah, that offensive line plays a huge role in how much opportunity that backfield has in making plays and finding holes. So
Makinich is not in the game. Froderman is in the backfield. Run it!
He's fumbled.
We got a fumble.
And on the 1-yard line, we have.
The Scarlets recover. They dodge a bullet. Now here,
Froderman comes out with the ball. So
are we going for a field? No, we are not going for a field goal. They are going for a touchdown from the 2-yard line. 4th and 2 again.
Makinich is back in.
Yep. I'm calling, well, we'll wait till I see, but my gut is telling me Makinich up the middle. But we'll see what they line up in. It's not that same format. Maybe,
Pass play?
Roll out to the left and he'll run it in. Oh, no, to roll to the right. Ignore to the right. Oh, we got a flag on the play. He's got 2 open. It's caught.
That's a touchdown, but there's a flag.
Yeah, I think I got illegal formation is my call here. We'll see. As of right now, it is a touchdown, but there's a flag on the play. We'll see what the call is. Pending.
That was a pass to Ethan Johnston.
Yeah, illegal shift. There we go.
Yeah, too many men moving.
Yeah, or he's not setting line of scrimmage, something like that. So we got a 4th and goal now from the 7-yard line. And
well, maybe if the Cougars can make a hold here, that gives them life, gives them some hope. And
is the clock? I think we must be in running time. I don't know. There's only 4:40 left. A penalty will stop the clock, but it seems like the 3rd quarter's gone very fast.
That's true.
So here we go. 4th and goal from the 7-yard line. Laying it all on the line here. He's chucking it up to 14. He's in the back of the end zone, and I think it's a catch. Oh, my goodness.
And the arms go up. That is Colin Johnston, number 14, makes the catch. A fantastic catch in the back corner. That ball was put where only he could catch it, and he made a fantastic catch for the touchdown.
Number 11, Alex Hennis, was on the coverage, and that ball just floated and floated and floated, and just couldn't catch up to it. Scarlets up now 54-0. And that point after attempt is no good. I can see why they didn't go to the field goal. Just kidding. Probably just because they felt like they had a good chance to get 6th, and if they turned it over, Cougars would take over at the 7-yard line. But it's another missed point after attempt.
Noah Femright doesn't miss very many of those. It's a little surprising.
Missed 2 tonight.
2 in a row here. He's been pretty solid all season long. Noah's just a junior, so he'll be kicking again next year for the Scarlets. And like I said earlier, he does play soccer in the fall as well for the Scarlets. He'll be kicking off here shortly. So the score's 54-0, 4:34 left in the 3rd quarter. Scarlets clearly have the advantage. The Cougars being the underdog, we're hopeful, and a lot of times, these crosstown rivalries, we talked about this earlier, that the underdogs sometimes can step up and make it a game, and we've seen that in a variety of times, like we saw last night with the girls' soccer. Tonight's not been the case. Scarlet's clearly the favorite, ranked number 1 in the state at, was it 5A?
Yes,
yeah, 5A.
Class 5A. They come in a 7-0 record. Cougars 3-4. Playoffs are going to start next week. I believe the Scarlets should end up with a bye. Cougars are probably playing next week in their first round of playoffs. And I think they find out their opponents
Sunday?
At some point this week. That's a squib kick there, fielded by number 40.
By number 40, which is Hayden Tischler.
Hayden Tischler, and he's driven back. They're going to give him forward progress up to about the 26-yard line. But that's an interesting kick there. That's clearly not an onside kick, but it's an interesting choice to go with the squib kick. He's had some good kickoffs today. I wonder, now with 2 missed extra points and that squib kick, I hope he's not hurt or something like that, because he was kicking some deep balls, and he does have 5 extra points or 6 extra points
that very well
made.
could be during the soccer season. I know he had I don't know if it was a hamstring or a groin that sidelined him a little bit during the soccer season. So that very well could be. He could be suffering from a sore leg.
I believe that was Eric Richards with the carry there. Picks up about 6 yards. The Cougars have not had a lot of success. They have, however, consistently been able to get some positive yardage plays in 4 and 5 and 6 yards on first down running to that right side.
Yeah.
I don't know why after that they can't seem to, they found something there that's working, but it hasn't consistently worked on all downs. Gosh in the backfield hands it again to Richards, and he's going to get about 2 yards on that carry, maybe 1.5. Like I said, it seemed like they've been able to make that running to the right work on first down, and then all of a sudden second down, and the Scarlets, there's no real room to run over there. So I don't know if they're making an adjustment. But it's been tough going here for the Cougars. I think they have 5 first downs in the game. 3:17 left to go in the third quarter. Gosh is in the backfield. He's got 3 wide receivers, 2 in the backfield with him, including Richards, who's now the main running back. It looks like the Cougars, actually, I'm sorry, I don't think that is Gosh in the book. Here you go, Richards. He's got enough for a first down there. It is Gosh, I'm sorry. It is Gannon Gosh in the backfield. As quarterback, Richards runs it for the 3rd time in a row to the right, and that time he does get 6 yards. There you go, first down. I believe we're in running time regardless, but keeping the ball inbounds, that the clock is going to run. I think we're in running time. I don't know the exact point spread that needs to happen for that situation to emerge, but I believe we'll be at running time here for the remainder of the game. So, Gosh in the backfield now, 3 wide receivers, and we got a timeout taken by the Scarlets. They saw something they didn't like. Which, I don't know, it's a different sport, and I guess every play is meaningful, but, you're up 54-0, and do you have a panic moment where you're going, oh, this could be a disaster? And I don't know. That's just, you see football coaches do it, basketball coaches do it. They do the timeout, and then they got the inbound play, and before the other team has a chance, they call another timeout. It's like, what's he saying here? I don't know. The Cougars are lined up, ready to go. Scarlets still strategizing there. It looks like they've got mostly guys who we haven't seen earlier today. Maybe they felt they had a look that was going to be some trouble. Cougars also have some players who haven't played yet in the game. Connor Zeck in number 32 as a wide receiver, near side to us. Richards has gotten the ball to run. And that's cool.
Pass play. He's got an opportunity. And
he caught it, but was he in bounds? He was not in bounds.
They're going to call him out. Yep.
Number 6. Dominic Vogel-Gisang did catch the ball, but he was out of bounds. Replay official affirmed it. And it's incomplete. Brings up 2nd and 10 for the Cougars. Okay, never mind. The clock is stopped. Okay, I'm sorry. I said it might be a 4th quarter thing only. I'm not sure what it is. I know we have had some running time games in our favor and against us, but right now the clock is stopped with the incomplete pass. Richards with the carry again on that right side, picks up 3 yards there. Again, the score, we're not putting a fork in this one, but the chances of coming back is really non-existent, but you still want those positive plays. You're still looking for something. Coach Helga's got some backups in. He wants to see those guys playing hard and not giving up those positive plays for the Cougars. But we got a 3rd down situation here. Cougars going for their 7th first down of the game.
He's got a pass play.
Gosh is back. It looks like he's.
Oh, man. Looks like he could have been held.
Connor Ratcliffe, yeah, a little
looks
bit.
Looks like number 30, Ryder Baldwin, had his hands on the receiver.
A little bit. That ball was just a little bit out of his reach.
Yep.
I think he kind of slowed up a little bit, but you're right. There wasn't a whole lot of separation between him and the defender. And it looks like the Cougars are going to bring on Alex Hennis again to punt. So he's punting from the 40-yard line. And deep to receive, number 10 is 30 yards deep. We'll see how many yards Hennis can get this time. It's about a 30-yard punt.
Oh, and a good play.
Great tackle there. Mikhail Smith, I believe, on the tackle.
I
no,
can't
40.
see the
Yeah,
number.
it was Mikhail Smith.
26. Yeah, Mikhail Smith. Nice special teams play there by Mikhail Smith to keep him from making any kind of a return on that ball.
And with 1:38, Scarlet's up 54-0. We're feeling that that's enough breathing room. It looks like we have second string offense has entered the game here. Number 23 in at quarterback. Number 23.
Grady Hattlestead.
Grady Hattlestead. He's a sophomore. And he's going to keep it. He's got the option run, and he brings
spin
it.
move.
He's brought down by several Cougars.
A 3-yard gain. 4-yard gain.
Yeah, I think about 3. I think, yeah, the Cougars hit him, and he wasn't able to get too much. It looks like I don't know who it was in on that stop. Yeah, maybe 4 yards on the carry. And yeah, good for some other guys getting in, getting some experience. You know, it's fun to get to play in front of this size crowd, I'm sure.
Oh, for sure.
Can't fit this many people at either west or east. It can only happen here. And here we got a running play. Number 21 had the ball. That's Carter Bursaw, calling some new names here. You know, being here, the last time I was here, I was actually here calling not a football game, but a hockey game. And we had Hockey Day Minnesota here last year.
Yes,
I was able to help call the girls game, and I called some boys games as well last year. I
had the opportunity to be down on the ice.
Oh, yeah.
I was the ice crew, shoveling in a blizzard. That was interesting.
Yes, that was. I did some shoveling that night too, but or one of the nights, I don't know. It seems like a long time ago, but you know.
I shoveled 5 nights in a row.
So Scarlet's definitely avenging those hockey games this evening.
Oh, and he's off and running. Is he going to get caught?
Cody Paulson. Cody Paulson. Oh, hey. Wow. Okay, I guess they said number 46 just had too much momentum and ran over Cody Paulson after the tackle was made. Cody Paulson, again, that was his second touchdown saving tackle. Ben O'Neill was the ball carrier. Yeah, and the Scarlets are signaling it is the fourth quarter. So, yeah, so at the end of 3 quarters, it's 54-0. Scarlets driving again, 1st and 10 from their from the Cougar 11-yard line as we head to the fourth quarter here. So as I was saying, back in, what was it, January last year?
Yeah. Yep.
You know, we had the outdoor games here, and like I said, I don't know, maybe Coach Helgett used the hockey games as locker chalkboard material, you know.
Yeah.
I think both Cougars boys and girls team came out victorious in that one.
They did, yeah.
And I don't know that either game was particularly close. I can't remember the scores of them.
They weren't very close.
It was a, you know, and both Cougar hockey teams went to the state tournament last year, as did both basketball teams. And you know, now in the section final last night for soccer, the Cougar girls team beat the Cougars. Maybe that all factors in, or maybe JJ just said, you know what, boys, we're here to play football. We're here to take business. We're the #1 rated team in the state in Class 5A. Let's go take care of business. And they certainly have tonight. They've put together a pretty impressive game over the Cougars tonight.
Yeah, you betcha.
You betcha. There we go.
A little shout out to the social studies crew who apparently were given our Minnesota take on the broadcasting the other night.
Yeah, one of us might have said, oh, geez, a fumble, don't you know? We'll give a shout out to Chuck Helling. Chuck Helling is watching. Chuck, longtime Cougar fan, and Jill, his wife, they've been big-time Cougar supporters. Katie Ojampa, always watching, also watching, probably way up north doing maybe taking a vacation with the grandkids. I think I saw her at a volleyball game recently. Chris Anderson, he liked the post. He didn't say anything, but I'll give him a shout out anyway. We'll just name people that are watching.
Well, we got the Stilsons watching all the way over in I want to say Hayward, Wisconsin.
Oh dang!
Yeah.
And we got this is a multi-state broadcast because we also have Grant Hansen and his family watching from South Dakota. Adam Dahl is watching from his couch.
Deer stand.
No, he's on his couch.
Oh, okay. Well, it wouldn't be a deer stand. Would it be a duck blind? Maybe I don't know.
No, ducks aren't blind. Okay, so here we go. Most ducks aren't, at least. The Scarlets got the ball, and it is
Some
run.
acrobatics there.
Yeah, that's
run by number 23.
Yep, Hattlestead, the backup.
Yep.
He's got the ball again. He's brought down by number 14, Connor Ratcliffe. Minimal gain on the play, if any. Brings up third down for the Scarlets here. We got international Connor Deans, probably not actually watching, but he liked the post.
Connor Deans, he's from
Australia.
No, he's New Zealand.
Oh yeah, you're right.
He's not Australian. He's New Zealand.
They get upset if you get that wrong too. So
absolutely.
I apologize for that mistake for all the Aussie and New Zealand fans watching. Number 46 gets the direct snap. He's brought down. A little trickeration there. He was actually the running back. But it goes to number 46, and Chase Lindman, and he stopped they said he was stopped behind the line of scrimmage, and that is going to bring up a fourth down. Scarlets staying true to form. They're going for this one. 4th and 12. It looks like 12. Looks like. Yeah. 10:08 remaining in the game. We'll see if this second stringer Scarlet group can pick up this first down. They can get a first down without getting a touchdown. That's in at quarterback. It's a little bit high step. They got that screenplay. It is a lot of room, but they're going to stop him. But there's a flag on the play. It's probably going to be offensive holding.
And that was to number 28, Steele Kolborowski. It's going to be his first catch of the game, I think. And what do I know? Let's see.
Well, we got
Steele Kolborowski's a freshman. He's a 9th grader.
Wow. We got a hold on the Scarlets. Penalty is going to be declined. And that would mean the Cougars, for the first time this evening, have stopped the Scarlets. And, and probably that's where I hope that's a moment for those kids to be like, hey, we made a stop. That's a good thing. And then on the other side of the ball, that's an opportunity to say, hey, guys, we gave you a chance. We want you to pick up this first down. We know you're not our starters, but you got to be able to deliver for us too. And that's where the Scarlets looking at, and Coach Davis and the Cougars are able to say, hey, look, we got to stop. And it doesn't matter if it wasn't their top guys or whatever. We stopped them.
Yep.
Now let's go out. Let's try to make some positive things happen here with 9 minutes and 43 seconds left in the game. Former Cougar and Maverick, Fighting Hawk, and Olympian Rebecca Kolstad watching the broadcast, or at least liking the post, so we'll give her a shout out. She played hockey for me.
I was not on the coaching staff when she was there.
Rebecca Kolstad went on, like I said, she went to University of North Dakota, then was their program dissolved, so she came back, played 2 years at MSU, then played professional hockey over in Russia/China, and then actually ended up playing last year in the Olympics for Team China. Because if you're the host country, you can actually have people that are not actually native to your country,
but are affiliated, but are affiliated somehow with your country.
I mean, it's some sort of thing. So anyway, but she played Olympic hockey. So we got some timeout again. I don't know who took that. Must have been the Cougars. I don't know who took it. Somebody took a timeout. And we got turnover on downs. 1st and 10 for the Cougars from their own 6-yard line. And we'll see if they can move the chains here. Okay, a little end around action, and it was
Looks
for
like
a
an
little bit.
8-yard gain.
It was kind of. I don't know that everybody knew where that ball was for the first bit there.
I think that'd be like that that Fuller word use of trickeration. I think is what you used. Trickeration.
That's a word that I used tonight.
That is a word you used.
So let's see here. Yeah, you're right. They picked actually 9 yards. One of the better plays. I mean, the Cougars have had a couple of bigger plays, but 9 is ranking right up there with one of the best plays they've had of the evening. And we're out of shotgun here. And it looks like Bossy is the quarterback. He's running, and he's going to. Okay, he's going the other way. He's got.
He's got to get to the outside. He's still up, and he's brought down.
Yeah. Nice.
Gosh, had he been able to get to the outside, he would have had a lot more room. But kind of tripped over his blocker a little bit there.
It was an exciting 7-yard run. I think he ended up, like, for 7 yards, he probably ran about, what do you think, 38 yards there, maybe? So, nice play, good pickup by number 16, Zach Bossy. He's in at quarterback. Cougars taking most of their starters out as well, saying, hey, you know what? Tip our hats to the Scarlets. Now let's get some of our other guys a chance. And, you know, I don't know what this will look like. This is a rivalry that clearly the Scarlets have full control of this year. Last year was a close game. Scarlets still the favorite. Oh, Bossy's taken down in the backfield by number.
For a loss of 1? No, more than that.
No, yeah, about 7. Number 27 there with the tackle, Trevor Sheldrup. But like I said, you know, last year's a close game. You wonder, with the number of Cougars who are underclassmen who are playing in big roles this year, maybe as they mature, maybe as they get stronger, this game next year could be a lot closer. It's a game, again, of size and strength and skill. It could be look very different in the upcoming future. Could be a lot closer. So we'll see. Bossy again back in the shotgun. He's got the ball. He's running to the left, and he's brought down. And he gets basically to the line of scrimmage.
Calvin O'Connor was in to break that up a little bit and knock him off his line and trip him up.
Good tackle there. Good spot by Mr. Ullman there. Confirmed. My wife just chimed in. She's watching from home. Is your wife watching as well?
My wife is not watching from home.
Actually, I think she's just pretending to watch because she asked me how the game was going. I said it's not overly close right now. 54-0 in favor of the Scarlets. Zach Bossy in at quarterback for the Cougars from the shotgun. 3rd down and about 16. He chucks it up, and number 2 is it number 2 Jesse Eakin almost with the reception there.
It's kind of a 50-50 ball. It could have gone either way on that one. They both had their arms up.
I tell you, in the NFL, they call pass interference on that play probably 5 out of, you know, or on some of the plays that we've seen. These officials, and I think it was fine. It was a good play, but
they're both going for the ball.
It feels like when you get those close jump balls in the NFL, like there's a flag coming. I mean, you got quarterbacks who whine all the time, like Aaron Rodgers, and they get all the penalties that they can.
Well, it's just because Aaron Rodgers can actually throw the ball.
Yeah, how are the Packers doing right now, Mr. Ullman?
Let's not talk about that.
Okay. The Vikings are in first place, 5-1. Scarlets are 7-0, about to be 8-0, and we got another punt here.
Fair catch called by number 10, Eli Staley.
And I think, was that Alex Hennis again? Man.
He's got to have a tired leg by the end of this.
If you added up the cumulative, that's a fancy word for combined, if you ended up with the cumulative yards that he has punted tonight, it would be a lot.
It would be a lot, yeah. I think you're right. He's been all over the field.
I mean, well, yeah, but just punting yards.
Just punting, but
he's probably got almost 300 yards of punts.
Yeah. That's a lot of punts.
I think he's punted 10 times. We should have started counting, but we'll just estimate 9 or 10 times. And here come the Scarlets, and they got number 86 in at quarterback, and he hands it off to number 21, who's out of the races, and this is a big gain, and he's brought down.
Ooh, that could have been a flag.
Mikhail Smith get wrapped up around his waist. Number 3, Gutu Bhatti, came in and made sure he didn't have another broken tackle for the Scarlets, because we have seen them break a couple tonight.
Yes, that's true.
Big gain there. What was the running back's number? I forgot it. I think it was Was it 46? No, 86. 86. He was the guy. Okay, so 86. Great run there. Ben O'Neill on that carry.
Ben O'Neill, he's a freshman.
O'Neill hands it off to number 24, Evan Wiebers on the carry. Picks up a yard maybe. There's a loose ball. Cougars have it, but I think the running back clearly down there before any type of fumble happened.
4:38 to go in the game. 54-0 is the score. You're tuned in with Nate Fuller and Mark Allman, and we're doing the play-by-play. Just a couple rookie hacks, trying to give you.
Speak for yourself.
Well, I'm a rookie hack. He's the pro.
You can listen to Mark Allman. He announces a lot of Bantam hockey games.
That is true.
What's your YouTube channel, Mr. Allman?
Mark Allman at YouTube.
Mark Allman at YouTube.com. Shamelessly, let's plug that. At NT11, Instagram for me, Twitter, and TikTok. Mark Allman backwards. I don't know how you pronounce that. If you want to follow. Yeah, Namlu Cram. We're just up here for the next 4 minutes and 16 seconds calling this game. I really want to give a big shout out and thank you to Alex Berg and Fred Berg, his dad, for helping make this broadcast happen. Oh, you're showing the wrong press box. We're in the next one. You guys missed us. That's
keep panning over.
Yeah, there we go. That's probably KTOE is up. No, I'm sorry, not KTOE, but it's a radio station. I drew a blank. Chad Courier's covering the game for the Free Press.
Oh, what do we get here? Delay game?
A timeout.
No, timeout.
I mean, again.
Well, I think that timeout came because the play clock was down to 0. So I think Hal got called a timeout to avoid
It's called the teachable moment.
Okay.
Take the 5-yard penalty. Come on, boys. We got to be better than that. I don't know. Maybe he thought it could have been a momentum-changing event, and they lost 5 yards there. No, but you got to do things the way you want them done, and that's the right thing to do. Call that timeout, even though I think right now the blood pressure for both coaches is probably pretty low compared to what it was a couple hours ago.
Yeah, for sure.
I gotta imagine that right now they've got some sort of post-game talk that they've planned out in their head, and how to move on from this. Here we go. 2nd and 13 for the Scarlets. Again, there we go. Ooh, 86 with the carry. Gutu Bhatti with a great tackle there. That's a good hard physical play again. 86, Ben O'Neill.
Again, yeah,
good
Ben
carry.
O'Neill, number
Good
86. Rush. He's a freshman. I know Ben from Bantam hockey. Ben played Bantam hockey last year. He's probably going to be playing for the Scarlets this year.
If you listen to Mark Allman's broadcast of the Bantam games, you'll get to hear he doesn't know the opposing players very well, so he gives them names like I heard him call Gigantor, and I think there was a Slippery Pete in there, and all sorts of nicknames. So. And sometimes he accidentally, quote unquote, sends out the link on our group chat. So I've actually watched a couple games. Yeah. So here we go. Handoff goes to number 28. Oh no, he gets right by number 20, number 28 with the carry. That's
Steele Koborowski, another freshman.
Yeah. And again, if we get that camera crew, you got the wrong press box. We're in the one right next to it. Yeah, well.
Yeah, shameless plug. I'm not sure we're going to get that.
That's okay. I was trying.
2:40 left in the game.
Like you said, we have good faces for this broadcast, so
that's why we're on the radio and not on the screen.
Oh, and we have maybe now the third stringers are getting in with 2 minutes and 26 seconds left.
No, I don't think so, because that looks like that.
They're taking victory formation. Yep. You thought they were doing a field goal.
No, well, I saw McInnes come back out. So.
Oh, you're right. Oh, yeah, you're right. That is. Okay, I just assumed.
Rui's out there as well.
You are totally right. I just saw a different crew running in, so, give the guys, the starters, that opportunity. I don't know what the move is here. I think Cougars got all their backups in. I don't know if they're going to put their stars back in. I guess maybe for the end of the game, hey, we've been playing together for X number of years. So there. Yep. Perfect. So we got a victory formation is the play. Minute 20 left in this one. Good turnout, both sides. You know, Cougars had plenty of support on their side. Scarlets had a great student section and cheering section, and they delivered for the home team this evening, and they will retain the JUG, I believe, 17 years now in a row. But next year it might turn around if, you know, Cougars get better. Maybe Craig Dahl comes back and he's got still some eligibility left, I believe, for the Cougars, and that could be a game changer. He did play in the NFL.
Yes, he did.
There's a picture of him. Did you know? There's a picture of him at East High School.
Yeah?
Yeah, he's tackling Brett Favre. So,
you know what? I have a signed picture of that.
Oh, do you?
I do. From Craig Dahl.
Yeah, okay. Well,
I have it in my room.
Nice. The clock has not hit 0, so this is totally illegal what's happening right now, but both teams deciding that the game is essentially over. The referees are not going to call a flag on this because they're just lining up to shake hands. And the clock still has 5 seconds left. And that will do it for the JUG game 2022. The final score tonight, 54-0 in favor of the Scarlets. Regular season wrap up for the Scarlets. They are 8-0. They are the #1 ranked team in 5A. And the Cougars finished 3-5. Both teams headed to the playoffs. I think, I don't know, but I think the Scarlets will have a bye. Chanhassen is a big team in their section. Chanhassen's, I think, ranked 6th in the state. I believe Chanhassen and West have met several times in the section final. It looks like it might be headed that way again. Cougars are going to be playing again. Playoffs, probably an away game for them this year. They finished 3-5. And most of the scoring was done early and often by the Scarlets. They actually racked up, 48 points in the first half, which we highlighted at the end of the first half, and just the one touchdown in the second half. And what was the score, Mr. Ullman?
Well, I think we're going to do a wrap-up here briefly in just a couple of minutes. Do we have time to do it right now?
You can just go with the second half touchdown. We'll announce that one, and then we'll see what we got after that.
Well, the second half touchdown just was number 14, Colin Johnson, with a 7-yard pass play.
That was a pretty pass.
At 4:34 in the second half. So that's really kind of the only scoring for that that the Scarlets had.
Yeah, and you know, it was a great game. You know, West showed why they are the '1 team in the state. Makinich had a great game, both passing and running. Bowman had a big game. Rui, I think if we're going to give a player a game, I'm saying Damian Rui.
Yeah, he had a really good game right off the get-go. I mean, the first play of the scrimmage.
No, for the kickoff, he recovered the onside kick. It was a long time ago, but the Cougars started with an onside kick. He recovered it. Next play, he took it to the house like Trick Daddy. That song, if you remember that song from the early 2000s?
No, I don't.
Take it to the house. Okay. But yeah, Damian, and he had the interception too.
Yeah.
So great game by Damian Rui. Scarlets, I believe it's the 17th year. That's unofficial. And if you're like, man, has the rivalry ever gone back and forth? Actually, not so much, because the Cougars, before this 17 years in a row for the Scarlets, the Cougars I think it was like 14 years in a row for the Cougars.
Yeah.
And then there was some back and forth, but like, man, these rivalries, when they go one way, they go one way. So Cougars going to have to wait until next year to try to get their hands on the JUG. Scarlets retain it this year. Final thoughts, final wrap up here. You want to?
I feel like we did the scoring wrap up. You know, just want to thank everyone for tuning in and watching this game. You know, we have these great crosstown rivalries, and the fun of it is to see all these kids come out and give it up their all and do their best. And you know, we just appreciate everyone cheering on their teams, whether it's the east side or the west side.
And there the Scarlets are hoisting the jug there. And from Blakeslee Field tonight, Scarlets retain the jug 2022. Total control of this game. They finished it 54-0 from Blakeslee Stadium. With me is Mark Allman doing the color and some announcing. I am Nate Fuller. Thank you guys for being with us tonight. And enjoy, students, if there's any students out there, enjoy your 4-day weekend. And as always, please remember, charge your Chromebooks.
All right, thank you. Are we out? Okay, thank you.
Well, thanks for doing it. It was a lot of fun.
We're not supposed to like check.
Come on!
Don't get lucky with that. I'm gonna put it in the car.